The first time that I really decided to start discerning was when I went to college. I went to University of Mary. And while I was there, I hung out with a good group of friends. I went to Mass daily, went to adoration every once in a while. And through that is where I really realized I needed to start discerning what I was going to do. And it wasn't much of a discernment. It ended up being more me impatiently asking God, what am I supposed to do? And not really waiting much for an answer. Each time I asked, though, I got this sense of peace that just come over me that I wasn't ready to know. So I would just put it off to the side and go about my business. But my freshman year, towards the end of the first semester, I started to get pretty sick. I lost a bunch of weight. I couldn't eat. I was in pain constantly, and it brought me down pretty low. There was a point where I couldn't pray, and it hurt me pretty bad. I went home at the beginning of Christmas break, had some tests done, got some things worked out, and they thought they found out what was wrong with me. So I went back to school the next semester with some medicine, and I started to feel a little better, but then things just went right downhill. I started getting even more sick. I still couldn't pray, so it was just real low for me. I had to take a medical withdrawal, and when I went home, I had some more tests done. They finally found out what was wrong with me, but it didn't help. I was still pretty low. There was a point where I remember just sitting there thinking, there has to be more. I can't just be sitting here and doing nothing. There has to be more to my life than what it was. So I decided to start going to confession, start going to Mass, start trying to go to adoration daily. And through that point, I made it a point to pray every single day. So I went back to school my sophomore year, second year at school, and everything was just going great. Hung out with a good group of friends again, started going to Mass daily, praying every day. And I kept trying to discern, decided I could pick that up again. And I kept getting the sense that I wasn't really ready to know, but I joined the discernment group that Father Waltz had up in St. Joseph's Hall. And through that, I discerned that I wasn't called to be a priest. So at least that's what I thought. So I went with that, moved forward, and towards the end of the semester, or second semester, I was pursuing a girl. And through a conversation we had, discernment came up again. And so I figured before I started dating anyone, it was only prudent to discern again, to see if that's what I was actually called to do or what I was called. So as the summer went on, I ended up going to a barn dance down in Minnesota. And while I was there, I got the great chance to wake up before everybody else. And my friend, he had these woods by his house. And I went and prayed as I walked through the woods in the morning. And I went early to Mass because he had church right by his house. Prayed through that. And God put this desire in my heart that I needed to be more joyful and that I need to put faith in a more important part of my life. So when I came back, I went to adoration. And while I was there, the first thing I did was I sat down and Lord, you put this desire in my heart. How do you want me to fulfill it? What is your will for this? And as clear as I've ever heard anything in my life, he said, be a priest. And at that moment, there was just this overwhelming peace and joy that filled my heart, and something that it's too hard to explain. It's just this peace and joy that is overwhelming. And so I finished the holy hour out. I called Father Waltz, and I was like, Father, I need to talk, and we meet, and it goes off from there. But one thing that I realized while I was discerning, I always felt that I could never have faith in part of my life where it needed to be and be as important as it needed to be if I was married. But I always thought, well, I really desire a family, so I think I should be married. Once I finally got over me trying to do my will and decided to start looking for the Lord's will is when I found the call to the priesthood.